Let's create a simple CDS view with association by right-clicking data definition node and specifying the name. I've specified the name, click next, specify the transport, click next and select the template with association. Now we need to change the SQL view name, the source and the target. I have changed the code. I have specified the SQL view name. I have specified the source as SPFLI and target as a slide and specified the cardinality as 0 to infinity and the condition as carrier ID and connection ID, and I'm using the fields and I'm creating what we call as the exposed association now. So I'm not mentioning any fields from SFlight. Instead, I'm just giving the alias which is given to the target table or target entity, which in this case is underscore SFlight. So I'm exposing this. Let me save it and activate it. Now if I do a data preview on this view by right clicking data preview, what I see is only the fields from the source entity, which is SPFLI. Now if I want to see the details of the target entity, I need to right click on the entry and then follow association, and this is exactly when the join is triggered. So this is a typical scenario of a lazy or a deferred join, which is in case of exposed association. Now let me modify this code a little bit so that I can uh, specify some fields, say for instance flight date, and then I'll activate this, Control F3. Now if I do a data preview, I will see the flight date also as part of the output, which means the join is triggered immediately. So this kind of views is what we call as ad hoc associations, and the join is straight away triggered. It's not deferred. Now let me create another CDS view with association and use this CDS view inside that. I have created another CDS view. I changed the SQL view name and changed the name of the source and the target and given an alias. Now let me do a control space and select the fields from the source. I'll pick up MNDT, carrier ID and carrier name. There's some error. I need to remove this name. Now I created another CDS with association by using the first association CDS. I'll specify the cardinality at 0 to infinity. Let me activate this. Now if I do a data preview here, open with data preview, I see the first two columns from the source, which is scar. Now if I do a right click and then follow association, I see the details as in the case of the association. Now I will go and change the first CDS to expose the slide instead of using the FL date straight away. Let me remove this and activate it. Let me go back and do another data preview. Right click, follow association, I see like this. Now from here I can specify. So here I see all as LH because I started with LH. Now I can do a follow association from here, and I can see the details from SFlight. So the joins are triggered the moment I say association, follow association. So all these are delayed joins. If I want to access the SFlight details from the first CDS, the association exposed CDS, I need to use what we call as part expression, that is followed by a dot, and I can select SFlight, and I can pick up whatever fields that I want to pick here, FL date. So this is what we call as part expression. We will see how to use part expression in an ABAP program in a while. Now we can filter the association also by specifying the filter condition within square braces like this. If, for instance, I want to filter the data from the association based on city from, and I can specify the field here, the value Frankfurt, I'll activate it. So when we specify a filter and don't do anything, it gives an error, and it says it needs to be given an alias. So I'll give an alias here is SC filtered. Now there it goes. I'll activate this, and if I execute this or do a data preview, I'll get only the data with Frankfurt with city from. So this is how we handle or filter association. Now let me change this with a parameter. So I will change the definition slightly to introduce a parameter, and I'll use a parameter here. I have changed the code. I've introduced a parameter, and I'm using the parameter here. And in the filter, I have specified the parameter instead of the hard-coded filter. So let me do a data preview. Control F3 to activate, and then data preview. I can enter the now I can see all the details. The first level, I can do association. Now this Frankfurt is being taken from the parameter. Now let me write a simple ABAP program to consume this CDS and access the first level and the exposed association also. So I've created a very simple ABAP program. I have a parameter in the program, and that parameter I'm passing while writing the select statement from the CDS with association, which is ZCDS underscore demo underscore ASC02, and I'm passing the parameter and just displaying it. Let me execute this program and specify the city as Frankfurt, and this is what I see as the output. Since I haven't really accessed anything from the exposed association, the exposed entity from the association, I do not access it, so the join is not triggered here. Now let me change this program slightly to select the data from the exposed entities, and what we're going to use now is what we call as part expression. I have changed the code Now, how do we access the fields of the exposed association? It should be typically the exposed association, in this case underscore ASC01. However, since we have given an alias to this exposed association as ASC underscore FILT, that is what we need to specify here. If the alias was not given, we should have straight away used underscore ASC01 here. Now let me execute the program F8, specify the city. Now we got the output. So when this is executed, all the joins are getting triggered. So the joins are demanded by accessing the fields using these part expressions. This is what we call as part expression in the, and this is the syntax to be used in a program. That completes the demo on CDS with associations and how to use part expressions with association CDSs in program and CDSs in program.